You're wondering, if somebody has a sense of shame, he should not stand out there and be collecting. You know what? When you look at that hierarchy of needs, shame is on level 4. Level 1 needs have not been met. You are talking about level 4. You are just speaking English. There are many things we do in our country that show we don't have a sense of shame. And it is because the basic needs have not been met. It's a hypocritical system. If somebody has worked for 20 years as a graduate and he can't have the capacity to build a house, what do you want him to do? So those pressures are there, distorting our worldview, distorting our values, eroding our values on a daily basis. It's affecting the practice of religion. Whereas we should come, get power and grace from God, do great things and make the world a better place. The major reason why people approach God in our country is to get food to eat and drink and have their basic needs met. It's affecting our educational sector because the teachers can't stay and concentrate on their job anymore. And when the teacher is hungry, our future is compromised. They have to do business of their own. They have to sell handouts that you must buy. And buying the handout probably guarantees you 20 or 30%. How do you preach contentment to somebody who's not eating for 5 days? Say, my brother, we just need to be patient. You know, godliness with contentment is great gain. You know, we brought nothing into this world. The man said, and we will take nothing out. He has not eaten. You are preaching. A few days ago, someone reminded me of a Yoruba proverb that says, "Enite bi npa ogbo wasu." The hungry man cannot hear a sermon. Sermon and hunger, which is priority. You want to teach someone how to achieve excellence. He has not eaten for 5 days. You said you want to teach him how to achieve excellence. Excellence in speech, excellence in appearance. He would have died before you finish your sermon. Listen, a hungry man cannot be a good citizen. You know, one of our Yoruba proverbs says, if you translate it, it says, when hunger enters into someone, there's no other issue that can enter there with it. Hunger makes contentment difficult. The God of the Bible hates a system that permits hunger. In Matthew 25, from verse 41, Jesus said on the last day, what God will use to judge people will be the hunger issue. Tell some people you're going straight to hell. They will wonder why. I was hungry, you did not feed me. So see how important that is to God. Because human destiny is wasted when somebody has to be struggling to look for food to eat. Isaiah 58, God said, look, the reason why you are fasting and I don't want to listen to you, I don't want to hear your prayer, is because you are not focusing on the real issues. He said from verse 6, is this not the fast that I have chosen to loose the bonds of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, to let the oppressed go free, and that you break every yoke? Is it not to share your bread with the hungry, and that you bring to your house the poor who are cast out? When you see the wicked, that you cover him, and not hide yourself from your own flesh? If you do that, hear what God says, verse 8, then your light shall break forth like the morning. Your healing shall spring forth speedily, and your righteousness shall go before you. The glory of the Lord shall be your rear guard. Then you shall call, and the Lord will answer. You shall cry, and he will say, here I am. People keep wondering, why is the country not changing? Why are things not improving? We're not addressing the real issues yet. We are not addressing the real issues yet. Let me continue here. If you take away the yoke from your midst, the pointing of the finger and speaking wickedness. Verse 10, if you extend your soul to the hungry and satisfy the afflicted soul, then your light shall dawn in the darkness, and your darkness shall be as noonday. The Lord will guide you continually and satisfy your soul in drought and strengthen your bones. You shall be like a watered garden and like a spring of water whose waters do not fail. Amen. Verse 12, national reconstruction. Those from among you shall build the old waste places. You shall raise up the foundations of many generations, and you shall be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of streets to dwell in. Food first. So last year, when we got out on the road and we were speaking on the power supply issue, some people said, oh, it was a protest. I said it was not a protest. We were just exercising our constitutional right to free speech, because Nigerians don't talk about the real issues that affect them. I've seen us before mobilized to resist a hike in fuel price. And we did it successfully because we were one. And I've been wondering, why have we not done that about the issues that really, really concern us? When the elections come, it's so funny, we get hung up on personalities when we're supposed to address the real issues. Hunger. And as long as we remain hungry, it will be easy for us to be manipulated. It's time for change. So, what do we do? Number one, action step. Don't waste your life pursuing material things. That's the essence of what Jesus was saying. That Matthew 6 verse 24, he said, you cannot serve two masters. You will either hate one and love the other, or love one and despise the other. He said, you cannot serve God and Mammon, the God of material wealth. Therefore, do not worry about your life, what you will eat, what you will drink, what you will put on. That's what led him to that discussion. Don't waste your life. It's a waste of life pursuing material. It's a waste of destiny. God had a plan for your life from the beginning. Jeremiah 29:11, he said, I know the plans that I have for you. They are plans of good and not of evil, to give you an expected end, or a future and a hope. That plan was not for you to be pursuing and struggling to keep body and soul together. Don't waste your life pursuing material things. God has a plan for your life. We will discuss fully about how to discover your purpose and your destiny later on in this series.
Make yours a world of possibilities. Come to Daystar Christian Center this Sunday at Plot A3C Ikosi Road, Oregun, Lagos, Nigeria. Join any of our 4 services at 7 a.m., 8:45 a.m., 10:30 a.m., and 12:15 p.m. and experience possibilities without limits. Daystar, raising role models.